Welcome, Sigma, to the 0.01%.
Dime que lo que, welcome back to the channel, guys. In this video, very simple, we're gonna go over the session algo overview. So we're just gonna go over the system, how to use it, you know, all the settings, etc., etc. We also have this algo as one of our signal providers for our Discord. Make sure that you join down below in the description. All right, with that being said, see you guys on the chart. Once you sign up and you're part of the Sigma Algo family, you will get access to the algorithms here in invite only scripts. You click on it, Sigma Algo Suite, right? So we press agree in all lowercase, you press apply. And then that strategy that we went over in the previous video, we made into a full-fledged system for you guys. Okay, so we're here on NASDAQ. All right, you can see here, right? We get the breakout on the buy here, and then take profit 2, take profit 1. So let's just go over the indicator so you guys know how to use it and go from there. So we have our table. You can change it, black background. Let's make mine small so it doesn't take up so much real estate, right? So it will tell you the session that you're in. You're in New York session, right? Currently on this replay. System signals, trade directions, both just long, just short. You have that option. You have where you want your time zone for your session. So you just make sure that you can fix the time zone correlated to where you live, right? I'm in Los Angeles, so that's mine. So colors, you can change the colors of the buy badges and the short badges, right? Active position visual tracker, additional labels. When you put full, it's gonna give you like when you get into a buy or a sell. So we press replay here, get into this buy. You're gonna get these labels, stop loss, take profit 1, take profit 2, take profit 3. Okay, so you can see here as well on the right side of the table, we'll go over the higher time frame liquidity. So we have these on the right side. You can see these purple, these gray, and then these blue levels. It's an automatic plotter of the higher time frame liquidity. So I'm on the 5 minutes, so it automatically correlates to the 4-hour time frame of NASDAQ, and it will show me the levels of the 4 hours time frame or where liquidity is at. This is where I went over the liquidity sweep, so you can use these as confluence and targets to know where price may reject from, where you can prepare for, etc., etc. We have an oscillator built into the system, right? So we have the green is strong bullish. When it starts to fade here, it's weakening. Yellow, the trend is weakening, and then vice versa for purple. Sell. And then darks, when the X turns dark, is that it's weakening sell. It might go into a reversal, right? So we have that as well, and there's also a filter. We have the moving averages, very simple moving averages, exponential. You can use them as a filter as well. And then you have your trade direction long, trade P&L 0 because it's not active at the moment. Risk and lots 40, we can change that. And then here's the table where you see your stop loss and all of the information, the take profits, how many points or pips that you're aiming for, and the progress of them. All right, here at the bottom we have the days of the week, right? And then you also have the daily opening levels, previous session levels, etc., etc. So let's continue going to this the settings. So let's say you have a $10,000 account and you're risking 1% per trade. You press OK. You pay attention over here. My lot size is 2. Right, so it will automatically tell you your lot size based on your account. If you have a $1,000 account and you're trying to risk a 5% risk, right, it will also update accordingly to a 0.1, and you can see that active visual tracker. Trailing stop inputs. So we built in a trailing stop to the system, right? So there's a lot of trade management and money management built into all of our systems here at Sigma Algo. We're very advanced. We know that everything is more than just the strategy. You also have to have proper trade and risk management. So our trailing stop inputs, we have break even at the TP1, 2, or 3, and then break even offset. So with our broker, link in the description, HeroFX, during New York session with a raw spread MT5 account, the spread for NASDAQ is only 5 points, 1 point for US 30, right? So when moving to break even, instead of just moving to our entry point, we move it offset, meaning into profit basically, 5. So it covers our spread. So if it does hit break even, I don't know if you guys ever experienced this, where you'll move your stop loss to break even and it will hit, and then you look at your history and you're like negative a couple dollars, is because you didn't cover your spread. So when you move the offset to 5, which is our NASDAQ's spread during New York session, when you get that alert and it sends you that price, and it also sends you the price of the Discord because we use this as a signal provider, it will cover your spread for you. So we have our trailing stop since the beginning after TP 1, 2, or 3, or just TPs in general, right? And then you can trailing stop type ATR or pips and points, okay? And if you're choosing ATR, here's the multiplier of your pips and points. You have it there. I like using pips and points by 25 for our thing, and I just turn off the break even and just use the trailing stop, because after it hits take profit 1, right? If it hits take profit 1, which is 25 points, it's going to trail the break even immediately, 25 points behind price. So as it hits take profit 2, it's actually going to keep moving 25 points behind that and continue to trail. General alerts, buy, sell, stop loss, take profit 1, 2, and 3, break even update, where it will send you the break even, and trailing stop update. You can actually see how that was sent to your phone. I'll give you guys an example here from the Sigma Algo chat sessions. So you can see here, it was sent to your phone just like this, right? Symbol, time frame, take profit, hit price, and the stop loss and the pips was 25. Move to break even, old stop loss, new stop loss, offset 5. So it'll send just like this to your phone. So it's almost like having your own signals chat. So you guys don't have to pay for signals anymore. We got 10 signals chats already. And then we also have the algos that just act as your personal signals chat. So I think that's really cool. And then we get into the sessions. So basically that previous video that I made it so you can trade each session individually, and each session has its own money management. So the only thing that it shares is probably the trailing stop. It's actually the trailing stop. That's the only thing that they all three share. So we'll go over that in a second. So you can see here, right? I have New York session definition. Let me actually change this to 5 o'clock. Change this to 13. And then this is my session definition, meaning that it's just gonna plot when that session starts, right? And then opening range definition, you see I have it from 6:30 because that's the candle that I wanted to measure the high and low. And then I have it all the way down to the rest of the session, so the remainder of the session. So you're gonna see here that New York session started at 5, but it gave me the high and low of the 6:30, and then this candle broke above that 6:30, right? And now we got this buy signal. Entry price, stop loss, take profit 1, take profit 2, right? So if you look at this from entry all the way down here, 50 points, done, right? It's a very simple system, right? So we have alerts for session starts, when the session ends, range starts, range ends, right? So wherever you decide, like from here to here, it will give you an alert. Session midline, so you can see dash solid, right? There's a midline between the high the high and low of the session. You can see where it's just red here. And then the opening range midline, if you want it dashed, right, you're gonna see the actual midline of the range itself, so that's good. You can change the color of the session, range, transparency, have it at 100. We'll do that. If I put this to 50, you're gonna start seeing some color fill into here, right? So having it at 100 just makes it a lot cleaner for you. Okay, so we have absolute confirmation. This means based on the filters that you have, all of them have to line up in order for you to get into a signal, right? So I have that off right now. We have filter volatility. So it is the ATR multiplier, right? So the standard ATR 14, if a candle is 2 times the ATR, it will filter out that candle because you might be subject to a pullback. So we built that in. Body supremacy amount is if the candle closes basically bullish. So you can see it's 50% of the actual range. So it measures the range, and if the breakout candle closes 50% of what the range is, it will dictate it as a strong momentum signal for you to enter. You turn that off, you're gonna get a lot more signals earlier, okay? Because it's based on the price action, the momentum, the strength of the candle itself, right? So this is an obvious example of a very strong candle that you can use. The Sigma oscillator, you can see here at the bottom, right? So yellow signifies a weakening trend. Purple, you can see it up here as well. Purple is the sell. When it gets into dark purple, it's a weakening sell trend, and then it will, yellow can signify a reversal, and then the light blue is a strong buy, and then you can see here that darker blue is a weakening buy. All right, so we have the filters for that, and then the Sigma trend, which is just the moving averages. All right, and then now you have your money management here. Okay, the money management, we have the ATR, so that means that you can use the ATR for your take profits and your stop loss. You have the pips and points. We've gone over that, right? 50-point stop loss. You can share it to whatever you want. Range, right? So the high and low of the range. So if you enter, it will use. If you enter here, it's going to use the opposite end of the range, right? You can see how it just moved there. So now you have that, and then it's going to use a multiplier of that range as your take profits. And then range aggressive, where you're going to use the midline of the opening range as your stop loss, and then that multiplier as your take profits. So this pay very close attention. So if I have pips and points and I'm using my stop loss 50 points, and then my take profit 1 is 0.5, you're multiplying 0.5 times 50, take profit 1 is 25 points. 50 points times 50 times 1, 50 points, take profit 2. And then take profit 3 is my stop loss, which is 50 points times 2, 100 points. And that applies to everything here. So if you have the ATR, it's going to measure that automatically for you, and then you're going to multiply your stop loss or what your ATR provides you to, 1, 2, 3 risk to reward. Vice versa for everything with the range. If you have your range, and then it's going to multiply your range, that can automatically calculate based on the range of the candle, right? 0.5, 2, and you can go in and change these things, so you have you can back test. And then, yeah, that's it. Everything repeats for each session. What this allows you to do is, if you trade NASDAQ during New York session, you have this setup, but now you trade GJ during London session, you have this setup, and all you gotta do is actually click. So here you see London session. Once you click it, it activates buy and sell signals. Like it will, if I turn on, you can see right here, I don't have any buy and sell signals for London session, but if I were to turn it on, you're gonna see the range, that obviously I don't have that plotted here, but you can see the range and everything plot. So this allows you to have baked templates, and this strategy is meant for you to become disciplined, trade during your session, and only trade 1 to 2 or maybe 3 different pairs, because you have one for New York session, you got one for London, and you also have Tokyo built into here as well, if you found a Tokyo pair you want to trade. So it's rinse and repeat for each session. Okay, so you can see we have Tokyo session as well. And then once you scroll past that, you're gonna see the time settings, so you can play around with these lines. So we have the days division. So you can see here we got the division of the days, different days here, right? You can check the back test, right? Boom, daily opening lines. You could change the color of the line. So there's previous day, high and low, line dividers. You can change the colors, right? You can make them long. Previous show days open, so you can change that in the label. Max on screen, 3, 5, 4, however you want. Previous week highs and lows, you can turn that on, high in the label. Previous week open, turn those on and change the colors. You can see how they plot here on the screen. So this allows you to use these as your supportive resistance. So you can see you have the higher time frame liquidity levels. The offset is how far you want them away from current price, so they don't overlap with the other labels that you see here. So we have it set to 25, so it gives room for all these labels, and then you can also target these levels and be like, okay, and it will turn gray when it's already mitigated. And then you can be like, okay, well, I have this level and then this level to look at, and then possibly this level from the 4-hour time frame. And it will tell you here, time frame 240, which is the 4-hour time frame. And then you also, the Sigma oscillator, we went over that. You can change the length. The higher it is, the smoother it's going to become. The lower it is, the faster the oscillator is going to give you signals or confirmations, really. And it's a free indicator that you guys have access to as well on our TradingView profile, the Sigma oscillator. Then you have the Sigma trend. It's set to 13 and 21. This is what I like to use, and it's just a small trend to show where you guys are at. You can change it to 100, you can change it to 200, 50 and 200 cross, however you guys want to trade it. But I just use it as a baseline, and then exponential calculation, and then Sigma trend change alerts, and that's it. Right, so it's a very simple algo, and I think it's very, very effective. We do have a back testable version, and we will go over that in the next video. If you have any questions, drop them down in the comment section below. Make sure you join the Discord. Make sure you join our live calls. Ask me questions. Tell me what you think about the system. What should I add? What should I take away? Also, if you guys want to add alerts to this system, all you got to do is go into here, Sigma Session Breakout Suite, and your alert function code, and press create. All of those buttons that you have selected here, anytime these are valid, they're going to send. So it's going to making alerts a lot easier for you to do. All right. So I hope you guys like the system. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Appreciate you. See you guys in the next one.